Okay, guys, here in America, we're about 3 weeks into a national emergency because of the coronavirus, the global pandemic, which has paralyzed most societies and economies. In addition to the health crisis, which is the first and foremost concern, there's a society economic crisis because the movement in society has stopped. Stores have been forced to be closed by governments unless you're considered essential. And pretty much the standard person is either not working or working from home. I think last week in America, a record setting 6.6 million people filed for unemployment benefits. And states have struggled to process the unemployment claims because their websites are crashing. I know that's definitely the case in Florida. So uh, there's a strain that's getting ready to hit the system. Like I say, it usually takes a month or so for the rubber starts to hit the road. Because in America, about 70% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck. So if we're about 3 weeks into a freeze, if you just got laid off, you could probably make it through a month or so without it really getting tough. And so the government, obviously, they know that because the government has data on everyone in the country. They know how much you have in your bank account. They know how much you get paid. I mean, it's part of your tax filing. That's part of just what government census does. So they know that in addition to this global health epidemic, there's going to be a serious financial crisis for much of society. And that's why they rushed in America and throughout the world, but I'll mainly speak on America in this live feed because that's where I live and that's what I can talk on. But in America, if you've been watching the news a little bit, the past couple of weeks, the Senate, Congress, etc., they've passed a stimulus package to not only bail out corporations, but to provide some assistance to the mass society. Based on the government website, they say approximately 93% of regular society will receive a stimulus check. So I'm going to go over some of the parameters that you could kind of narrow down if you're going to expect to receive a check and how much it'll be. The biggest, and there's a little bit of gray talk in it because they're still figuring it out. I mean, they passed this pretty quick. But based on the government website, and I looked on a couple other ones, the number one way you know you're getting a government stimulus paycheck is if you make, as a single person, if you make $75,000 or less. If you make $75,000 or less per year, you will get a one-time check for $1,200. Okay? They will base it on your last tax return, whether you filed taxes in 2019 or 2018. And based on the government website, it appears even if you didn't file your tax return, there will be a simple form maybe that you'll be able to fill out to be able to still receive it. If you make more than 75,000, you'll still receive a check, but it won't be $1,200. You can make up to $99,000 and you'll get $1,000 one-time check. If you're a single person with no kids and you make over 99,000, you are not going to get a check at this time. And then they pretty much adjust that if you're married and if you have kids, there's a little bit more involved. But pretty much if you're married, just take the numbers I did and just double them. And that's pretty much the parameters. So if you were married and as a couple, you made less than $150,000 per year, then you're going to get a $1,200 check. And if you made less than $198,000 as a married couple, you're going to get a $1,000 check. And then again, if you have kids, I think it's an extra $500. And again, they say they will base it on your last filed tax returns. And they also say that for receiving your check, how will it come? Based on what I'm reading, this may change, that if you have when you file your tax returns at the end of the year for last year or the year before, you usually have your bank routing information if you owe the IRS or if they're going to give money back to you as a refund. So they have your routing and your checking or savings account number, and they'll use that. And if that isn't active or if you don't have one on file, then they're making provisions. They don't give exact details for that. You can look on the government website. Maybe by the time you watch this, they'll update that. And then I looked on another website to try to get some more information for people on Social Security or people on disability. This is what one of the websites I saw says. Again, I can't justify this as fact, but this is what because a lot of this is like, it's double legalistic talk. And I watch some of even the Secretary of Treasury speak, and they don't speak in exact terms because they're still trying to figure it out. But basically what they're saying is if you are on Social Security Disability, or SSI, and obviously you're going to meet those requirements in 99 probably percent of the time, as far as wages, you're going to get a check. So even the people on Social Security, SSI, and Social Security Disability should receive a check within the coming weeks. They don't give clear deadline dates on when they're going to come. They say in approximately 2 weeks. I saw one website say, like, the higher earners will get it secondary, and the lower wage earners will get firstary because they're the more in need of the money. So I'm not sure how that will play out, again, because they're still winging it themselves. But those are the parameters. Look, you make less than $75,000 per year, and that shows on your tax returns. You're getting a $1,200 check. You make, if you make more than $75,000 but less than $99,000, you're going to get a $1,000 check. But this is one time. So you say to yourself, well, all right, if this epidemic and society shut down and no money, and society's not open, you can't open your restaurant, your barbershop, your car repair shop. Is a one-time check going to get you through? No, they'll probably have to pass something else. Mr. Smith, $2 super chat. Well, my $2 stimulus package came early. If you owe child support, the X will get your $1,200. That's interesting. I saw your comment today about that. Is that what that means? That's what you read up on? Yeah, that's an interesting thing. They'll get the whole $1,200 if you have child support. I guess it'll depend how much you have child support. That's a good comment. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, that's another thing to consider, which I didn't consider because I don't have children, but that's an excellent point for those who do have child support payments. Coach, good to see you, brother. Coach, 9100, are you still on the road, brother? Coach is another full-time nomad. Like myself, I'm sure you saw, and I watched some of your videos, all the resources have frozen up, the gyms, even 1,000 trails. They pushed back the opening date for the ones in New Jersey again today until May. Called up a couple thousand trails parks in Florida, and pretty much if you're not in one of them now, they're locking down. They're not accepting new visitors. At least that's what one of the ladies told me today. I mean, obviously you have to check for yourself. Coach says, I haven't been over here in a while, but I've been going through pure hell. I understand. I'm in the same boat. Just like all the other nomads. Yeah, good comment. Yeah, look, always do what you need to do for you, Coach. You know, I wish you the best, brother. And everyone out there, man, even if I block them, I don't like to see anyone suffering. That's not the type of person I am. But yeah, look, you know, the nomadic life got exposed for what it is, which is a transitional lifestyle that depends on a lot of public resources. Now, no one could ever see the society shut down to the way it was. I mean, I don't think anyone could have projected this. So, you know, it is what it is. Do I regret not having a home base? Yes, I do. Because I had an opportunity to buy something this winter, and I should have pulled the trigger. Again, maybe it'll work out where I'll get something cheaper because real estate may go down. It may not. I think right now where we're at, guys, is, again, this stimulus package in America is one-time shot. Now, I know in Canada, they're getting like $2,000 a month for 4 months. There's a lot of different things. And if you got laid off because of the coronavirus, there's different exceptions. You may get enhanced unemployment, meaning like, you know, you're going to get your unemployment as well, and it's going to be a higher amount than normal. Also, there's small business loans, but they come with a lot of contingencies that you have to hire your workers back and keep them on the payroll. and then the loan will turn into a grant, meaning that you don't have to pay it back to the government as long as you hire back your workforce and you keep your business open. So there's a lot of parameters through this stimulus package, at least here in America. And again, I know other countries are different. You can comment on that if you're from another country. Is that you really get to navigate. But that $1,200, let's just say though, you're in a boat where you're going to get that $1,200 one-time check. That's not going to sustain you if we go into the summer and everything's still shut down. Mr. Smith, $5 super chat, man. Thank you for your generosity, man. Yes, my friend said his ex will still get his $1,200 check and $150 a week from his extra $600 in unemployment. Yeah, that's the enhanced unemployment. You get an extra $600 in addition to your normal, I think. Wrap it up, fellows. It's the only way to avoid poverty. Guys, I agree. I've been preaching get a vasectomy. If you're ugly and you couldn't have a baby because no one would have sex with you, you're winning right now. So I know a lot of people who are ugly, maybe have a deformity, maybe you weren't fertile. If you're a woman, if you're a man, maybe you have a small penis, no one want to date you, you're winning. Why? Because guys, if you don't have kids, one is you don't have to worry get sick. You're not going through. Look, in a pandemic, in a national emergency, you got enough to worry about. Okay, the last thing you want to do is worry about your kids, your dogs, society. I mean, because there's not much to enjoy in society right now. Again, this is my perspective, my opinion. But to Mr. Smith's point, I mean, look, it's a lot, man. And I was talking to my mom today. I said, Ma, I mean, think about all the people right now. Like if this happened to you when my mom raised 3 kids, if this happened to you when you were raising 3 kids, it would have been a disaster. So I have compassion, for parents out there, or whether they're got 2 parents in the household, single family or whatever. It's a disaster. And that one-time check ain't going to cover it. Especially if you're laid off. I mean, obviously, if you're not laid off, that's a blessing from the Lord. And look at the DoorDash. That's the only thing still popping for my nomads. All right, guys, let me go into hydration break. And then let's read all the live comments. Mr. Smith, thank you. Coach, good to see you, brother. Coach, did you come back up north to Massachusetts, man? Guys, click that thumbs up. I appreciate it. Nikki. Hey, Sam. What's up to you, Nikki? How are you? Appreciate having you. King, what's up? How are you doing today? I feel a little wore down, because this is like there's nothing to enjoy. Like now we're on a Friday. It's Friday, so normally on a Friday, like it's all right, I'm going to enjoy the weekend. Maybe I'll travel around. Maybe I'll do something. I'll look at RVs, even look at home. I can't do anything really. There's nothing really open. I can't even enjoy my fountain drinks. I can't go to Starbucks. I mean, I'm really starting to get agitated, but I don't want to bitch because I know there's people that have a lot worse than me, and I'm thankful for my health. So I want to be cautious on how much I bitch and moan, but I also want to say, look, I mean, if we recover and we go back to normal, which I don't think we're going to go back to normal, even if they reopen society, not for a while, in May, then that's one thing. But now it's not looking like, it's going to be real quick. So hopefully it's quick. Hopefully we all stay as healthy as possible. And they say these next 2 weeks are supposed to be the worst. So let's see how it plays out. How are you, Jason? What's up, brother? What's up to you? Luke, Sam the man. Good to see you, Luke. Good to see you, Jason. Luke, positive vibes, my man. I appreciate that. Everyone is going to suffer hard. This stimulus money is a joke. I agree. It's great that you're getting something. It's great that they have enhanced health, not health. Your health benefits are your biggest thing, but it's great that they have enhanced unemployment, but you don't have health care. That's the biggest thing if you get laid off. You don't have health care. Because if you break your leg while you're laid off, how does, just because they pay for the COVID test, that doesn't help if you break your leg or if you have to get a root canal. Life still goes on. You can still get a cavity. You can still break your arm. You can still have a heart attack. You can still have a stroke. And if you got laid off, which 6.6 million people in America got laid off last week. That's not fake news. That's real news. In 1 week, 6.6 million people getting laid off. I mean, guys, you got to think about them. Those are people with families, regular people, not lazy people. These were people that were working, okay? And they got laid off. That's a disgrace that, to me, beyond the unemployment, you say, look, they're covered with health care too. I mean, that's a basic essential. We're talking about basic essentials in society. Healthcare is a basic essential. It's a human right. That's what we're going to have to change this country after this. Good to see you, man. Carlos, what's up, brother? Great to see you, man. Shout out to Florida. Hey, Sammy, happy Friday, my brother. I appreciate that, Carlos, I can feel your sunshine vibes, man. I hate being in New Jersey. The only thing I guess I made the right decision is because if this lasts into the summer, I guess it's better I'm up here than not in Florida. But if I had my home base in Florida, I would rather be in Florida. And like I know my Illinois, man, I appreciate that encouragement. But today I was really beating myself up, man, for not getting a home base. I really was. I said, Sam, you made the wrong damn decision. I said, if you would have bought that tiny house or if you bought that RV lot, you would have been good. I could have told my mom, look, that's it. Just come down here. It's over. So I pray the Lord gives me another shot. But that's what I learned. I got to be honest with you. I'm not going to, I appreciate Illinois said not to beat myself up, and I do appreciate that. But I feel like I want to be honest with you guys too. I like to share like what I feel I didn't do right. I feel like, I've been on the road for 3 years. I like the nomadic lifestyle. I don't want to really be wrapped up in bills again. I like the fact to know that I have some freedom. But the nomads, we're suffering right now. Milano, how are you doing? See, Milano's a nomad. He lives full-time in his RV. But the good thing is, look, like Coates and like Milano, they're better than me as far as they got self-contained RVs. So like I even saw videos of Coates like taking a shower in his van. I know Milano's got a beautiful Class B. I've seen a video of him and Emilio. I'm struggling right now. So, like Milano, I'm sure he's struggling too. Yeah, he's in Miami. He's in the city, outskirts park of the city. But at least Milano, at least you got a self-contained RV. Are they giving you any crap down? Because he stays like in a public park down there. Are the cops giving you any crap like to get you out of that park? I'm interested about that if you want to share. That's interesting. All right, let's continue to read. Carlos, thank you again, brother. Luke, I called a major bill collectors, and they're going to give a little grace period because we still have to pay back. So not off the hook. Yeah, look, hopefully, you got the greatest excuse in the world now. Don't take advantage of it, but at the same time, if you're in a tough position, you got to do what you got to do. Oh, you're still in the park, Milano? Good. I'm glad they're not busting your chops. To me, like I was on the phone with the Thousand Trails lady today. And I was like, look, you pay this. Now, so I can't really blame them. They're getting mandated by the states. But I do blame the states and the government. What about the people who live full-time on the road? And they're paying for a place to park legally. They're not trying to do things illegally. You're closing campgrounds? I can understand if you say, look, if you're not a full-time nomad, if you don't full-time live in your vehicle, then you can't go to the campground. They're there for essential people they don't have a home. But to me, that's like inhumane. You're trying to abide by the laws of society, and they're squeezing out the people who legally have a right to live in their vehicle. They're legally trying to park, and you're saying, like, we're going to close down campgrounds and close down state parks. That don't make any sense. Now, I know it's only 1% of society or less that lives full-time in their vehicle, but that's still wrong in my opinion. Luke, Sam, so you're not getting a check, I suppose? Nope. King, do you think America will never be the same after this? We have fallen. I hope it won't be the same because I hope we realize we need universal health care. Two is I hope we realize we need universal basic income. But the reality is I think if anything, social distancing will be a norm, but universal health care, you still have to fight nail and tooth. Guys, never forget, Martin Luther King had to go with 1 million people on the doorsteps to Congress to fight for a right that's in the Constitution. Just for the right to be free, he had to go with 1 million men and march on their doorstep. So if you think you're not going to have to fight for universal health care or for, increasing wages or, just a better society, if you don't think you have to fight for that, guys, even freedom had to be fought for, even only 50 years ago. I'm not talking about in the beginning of the country. I'm talking about just one generation ago. Women and minorities had to fight for their right under the Constitution. So, guys, America is great. I'm thankful for it, but we're also a step behind. In my opinion, the most modern, supposedly the most wealthy country in the world, the best we can do in a global pandemic is a $1,200 one-time check, no health insurance, and no future. And your mask that now you're basically being asked to wear masks, they're made in China. I mean, guys, like someone's left a comment to me today, say, Sam, I think this is a setup from China. It ain't a setup from China. Our government's owned by the corporations, guys. If China wants to kill us, all they got to do is not send us masks, not send us medical equipment. We outsourced all that. Why? Because what is the definition of capitalism? Companies operate for a profit. You have to hate capitalism if you want to bring this country back. Because capitalism is what made us jeopardize good paying jobs, manufacturing, because corporations have a duty to their shareholders to maximize profits. That's the definition of capitalism. You have to demand with 1 million men or 10 million or get the 6.6 million people that were laid off last week. You got to get them and you got to raise hell. Okay. However, I don't think that'll happen. I think they'll give you a one-time check. They'll give you a free Chipotle meal from DoorDash. And they'll say, make America great again. And most people will fall for it. It's a shame. Knight Rider. The world will not be the same. To some extent, it's true. In some extent, I hope it does change a little bit. Good. Thank you, Knight Rider. I used to love the Knight Rider TV show with Kit. So I like that name, brother. Shout to you. Luke, I really looked into the idea of getting an RV. I wish I had one right now. Class B, because you got a home on wheels. Yep. Could really help out in a situation like this. Yeah, the only reason I wouldn't get a Class B in a travel trailer is you cut off a source of revenue is if you have a Class B, you're not going to be able to do deliveries. So for some reason, you got in a tough situation and you needed to DoorDash or Uber or make deliveries, you really wouldn't be able to do it in a Class B. If you have a small travel trailer and an efficient car, you can still do that. So it's okay if you don't want to do that, but you, like in a time like this, you may have to, okay? Because if I was one of the 6.6 million people that get laid off, would I be DoorDashing today? Yeah. I shared a screenshot of Philadelphia. DoorDash was popping. So do you want to cut that off? Because especially in times like this, are companies hiring? Even if you see a job posting, like guys, I've been through a job interview process several times in my lifetime. It takes like 4 to 6 months to get actually hired and start being paid, and then another 2 months to get health benefits because you have to work for a certain amount of time before you get health benefits with that company. So, you know, and you got to go through 2 interviews. Are companies hiring people right now? The only people hiring people are convenience stores like a gas station, Walmart, Acme, Target, and they're all minimum wage. So basically, you know, Amazon's hiring, but where, you know, so you got to be cautious. The Class B is nice if you're retired, if you have some type of stable income, or if you know that, you know, you can make it work on, you know, $15 an hour or $10 an hour. So that's the only problem with that. But I am considering all things right now because I feel like I missed my window to get something. Luke, I talked to my landlord. And the other part about getting a motorhome now, unless you're going to buy cash, the credit market's going to be frozen up possibly. It's not going to be as easy to get a loan on a vehicle or a house because one is there's less people working at banks, at real estate. You know, so less people working. Banks are going to be a little bit leery to lend. And there's a lot of negatives right now with that. So it's a little bit scary. Luke, I talked to my landlord, told me you still got to pay rent, no help for the little man. Yeah, look, I mean, I feel for the regular middle-class person that bought a multifamily. If they're one is if you're still working, yeah, you still got to pay. And 2 is, I mean, if you're not working, then you're going to get this check and you're going to get enhanced unemployment, so you're still going to have to pay. You know, you're not going to get just like free rent until this ends. You're not going to be able to get evicted in some cases, but as soon as this would be over, if you don't pay the rent, you're evicted. And that's going to go on your credit. You're still going to destroy your credit. So don't think just because it's a crisis, if you don't have the means, you could just escape out on something. You can't do that, okay? You're going to screw yourself. So just be cautious that, you know, you only want to say you can't pay something if you really can't pay. Because, guys, no one's going to give you anything for free. Just like your mortgage company. They're not going to say, all right, just don't pay your mortgage. Even if they freeze it, there's going to be stipulations with that. You best believe it, guys. No one's going to give you something for free. No one. Even your stimulus check, that's not free. That comes out of the national debt. The national debt is paid for by the taxpayers, okay? So nothing is free, guys. I mean, you know what I mean? However, we were already $22 trillion in debt. For going in national debt, I'd rather us be going in debt to give healthcare and better jobs rather than defense contractors and bailing out all these corporations that are screwing us. Luke, my eBay sales have tanked. Yeah, the guys, people are not going to spend money unnecessarily. So I mean, unless you have an eBay business selling hand sanitizer, masks, toilet paper, or some type of an essential, no one wants to buy like sports memorabilia or like you were selling T-shirts. So I feel bad for you. But if you file taxes and if you were technically a sole proprietor business, you should be able to get. Well, you don't have any employees, but yeah, you're not going to get much. No, that's true, Luke. But I'm staying positive. Good. Looking to transition to other options. There you go, brother. Mr. Smith, I appreciate that. My stimulus package came early, says the Lord. Thank you. Coach, good to see you, brother. Stay positive. Yeah, he goes, yeah, it's good to see you, though, brother. I read that. Always a blessing to see you. I'm glad you're doing well. Great to hear from you, man. From Florida. Hey, my brother. Hello to you. Josh. What's up, Nomad? So I'm happy my storage facility announced that in order to promote social distancing, they will keep it open 24/7. Well, that's positive. Now I can take a bath anytime there is a restroom without interruption. I'm happy for you, brother. I know times are tough, man. God bless you, Josh. From Florida. I love you, dude. We'll love back to you. Just keep on making videos, doing your best. That's all I'm trying to do, and I appreciate your positive comments. Same to you. Luke, do you think you will be able to get great deals on a Class B RV when desperate sellers are trying to sell them? Yes, possibly. Pluto, appreciate you, brother. $2 stimulus package coming to me tonight. Chinese government caused the economy collapse. Well, I don't know that as fact, guys. This may be a conspiracy theory by everyone. I don't trust anyone. However, I do thank the Lord that I got a $2 stimulus package, brother, so I thank you. And I appreciate that. Guys, do I think this is a conspiracy theory? It may be. Do I think this came from Chinese wet markets, meaning places where they kill bats? Maybe. I have no idea, though. But I don't blame China for us outsourcing our medical supplies to their country. I blame corporate capitalism because capitalism means we can buy our ventilators, our masks, and all of our infrastructure from any other country if they do it cheaper. And the reason they do it cheaper is because they don't have work standards. Remember, in America, in the early 1900s, workers went on strike. Unions allowed working rights. Before union workers, you didn't have off on the weekends. There was no such thing as, oh, today's Friday, that's great. Nope, corporations, companies work you to the bone. So guys, this has to be a reset in that society because we can't blame China for our own failings. In some instances, I love you, Pluto, appreciate you, and I thank you. God bless you, and Mr. Smith, thank you, Pluto. You know I love you. But yeah, I think I'll get a good deal on the Class B. The longer this lasts, the more the economy is going to tank, okay? It's just the way it is. Because, guys, if you keep the entire country shut down, businesses are going to go out of business forever. And, already they may. Like, if you're at a barbershop or hair salon, guys, you're hurting. If you're at a car repair shop, you're hurting possibly. So, a car salesman. Think about a car salesman right now. They live off commission. They're not selling cars. So I think I may be able to get a better deal on that or a house. There was one used Corrado Class B RV I saw. He brought his price down about $20,000. So, but it's all the way in Montana. Do I want to drive to Montana? Well, I may if this shit lasts long enough, because I'll tell you right now, I'm getting screwed right now. Josh, Nomad, would you recommend not buying one of those military grade full face masks with a respirator? I don't know. Well, today officially, from what I saw, the government is now recommending that all of society wear masks. It's not mandatory, it's a recommendation. So whether it's the cheap Dollar Tree mask or whatever, I heard my mom said right now they're selling $10 for a package of gloves in ShopRite. But Trump said you could use a scarf. So guys, I'm cheap as hell. Shit, what am I going to do for my mask? Here you go. Here you go. Guys, between a mask and my killer coronavirus kryptonite, my Lysol, guys, I'm keeping America safe again, okay? So I'll tell you something right now. Pluto, I love you, brother. And while I'm in New Jersey, this shit my mask. Now, if I was in Florida, I couldn't use my scarf. But while in Jersey, I live like a New Jerseyan. And guys, it's April. I know Pluto can't relate because he's in hot, beautiful Florida. But when you're in New Jersey in April, you still have to wear a scarf. Okay? So, okay? I'm recommending everyone wear a scarf like Trump said, man. I'm following rules out here. It's a disaster. Pray for me, y'all. Let's take a hydration break. Now my water tastes like Lysol because all the particles went in. Guys, remember when I used to drink free Starbucks water with the magical ice, triple filtered? Now, I mean, Deer Park's all right, but guys, it ain't the same, man. Life changed quick. Real quick. So yeah, do I recommend buying a military, man? I recommend getting a scarf, man. Mr. Smith, thank you. Like he said, I'm gonna repeat it. Everyone out there with child support, your $1,200 check's probably gonna go to that. And $150 out of your extra unemployment if you're on that. Hang in there, guys. Now's not a time to beef with your ex-wife. Why? Because, guys, life's crazy enough. Don't cause any more problems. You don't need a domestic dispute charge. Love to you, brother. Josh, also know, man, which RV did you regret not buying? Good question. Do you review it on your channel? Yes, I did a video of the Corrado Axion Loft. I don't know if I regret not buying that, but if I did buy a Class B, that's the one, as of today, that I would have wanted to buy. The property I regret buying is either that tiny home or the RV lot. And I think really right now, I regret not buying that tiny home because it sold for $125,000 and I don't know. I mean, it could change. Like in a month, if we go back to normal, I don't know if I regret it, but right now I do regret it. I think that would have been a good long-term position for me. It was a decent price. Would have been able to get a loan on it. So I don't know, man. But the Corrado Axion, I have done a video on it. YouTube search Corrado Axion, Inspirational Nomad, Loft. And yeah, man. We'll see, man. Trying to do the best I can. I can't live in the past, though, either. Can't beat myself up too much. King. Mr. Smith, damn, came in hot, and I appreciate that. Night Rider. The deep state has been trying to destroy America for a while. Y2K. Now, I don't agree with that. Americans have been destroyed by capitalism, okay? Because capitalism, the definition is you operate off maximizing profits, okay? So we have to tell the corporations, nope, we're going to put American workers first. You have to pay, you have to pay health benefits, or they're going to be guaranteed by the government, and you have to pay minimum $20, okay? And you have to make a certain percentage of your stuff in America, okay? That's it. And if we don't do that, then we have to have a global wage scale. That's truth. Mr. Smith, and he still has to pay his $850 a month alimony. I know one guy, he used to go to church every week, and he loved the Lord. He was one of the guys, like, when I was in that born again movement, he was a blessing, and I appreciate him, and I respect him. But I remember he had an ex-wife he was paying alimony to. He had no kids. But he had to pay alimony until she died or got remarried. And he goes, Sam, I love the Lord. It was like New Year's Eve. We were talking about our goals for the new year. And this was like years ago, 10, 15 years ago. He goes, Sam, I love the Lord. I go, what are you asking the Lord for as far as your new goal for this year? He goes, I'm praying that the Lord takes my ex-wife so I can get rid of this alimony. I said, what? He goes, yeah. He goes, I'm praying that the Lord take my ex-wife. I said, what you mean by that, take your ex-wife? He goes, He goes, I can't keep paying this alimony. I said, shit. Well, amen. Guys, man. And he was getting hand jobs at the Asian massage parlor. And he was speaking in tongues. And he was giving 10% to Creflo Dollar. So what I can tell you guys is shit. Don't think a born-again Christian won't wish death on your ass if the alimony too high. Shit. Let's continue. Nikki. Fab, thanks. Good to see you. Well, great to see you too. Dial for Josh. Night COVID-19 is the big one that will restructure our civilization, possibly. It's all a front. That's possible too. Coates. No, Sam. I'm in Skiston, Missouri. Okay. Right now. Well, safe, brother. I'm glad. Hopefully you got a spot to park and you're able to get all the essentials. Thank God, brother, that you got that fully self-contained Class B van, brother. Because I saw you use that shower, man. Thank God, because Planet Fitness shut down. So you're winning right now, man. You got a nice automobile. You take good care of it. So you deserve it, man. I'm glad you're all right. Josh, this will go on for another 2-3 months. That'll be stretching it. I'll be interested, man. If this goes into the height of summer and if we don't see an end near, that's going to be interesting. Josh, I read it. Luke, I talked to my mom after 2 years. No phone speak. That's interesting. Felt good. Left the differences behind. Well, that's good, brother. Good comment. And just caught up. Well, Luke, good comment. I'm glad you got to speak to her. Just remember, she won't change and you won't change. But I'm glad you spoke to her, but don't put expectations on her because she's going to be the same person she always was, and so are you. And that's okay, but you have to accept that and keep certain boundaries. Good job. All right? Yes. But life will not be the same. And yes, there is light at the end of the tunnel. That's positive, brother. Shout out to Kit. Kit, get my Knight Rider over here. Josh, Luke, that's amazing. I'm happy for you. Milano, Sammy, what about 10 million layoffs? Well, I heard 6.6 million last week, and I think before that, there was like 3 million. So, yeah, there's just about 10 million people laid off in America. I heard unemployment may go up to 15%. It's a disaster. It is. Knight Rider. And, guys, to restart that, for restaurants to reopen and hire all those waitresses and cooks and all the other chain of events that happen, guys, that'll take months. Like, even in May, like a month from now, if they say, all right, we're going to gradually open up the economy. Guys, New York City is shut down. So do you think, like, everything's going to reopen in one day and they're going to rehire everyone and everyone's going to willingly go back in restaurants and willingly buy things? No, that's going to take months. And some people's habits have changed forever. You know, so that's the scary part. You got to be careful. All right. Most of these jobs have GMO, which I believe stands for genetic modified organisms, something like that. And most hospitals are about making money. Well, I agree with that. That's why we got to socialize medicine, guys. Now, just like Canada. Canada's getting $2,000 a month, and they got universal health care. Americans are getting $1,200 a month, and you got no universal health care. Guys, America's in last place. We're losing with a big L on our forehead, man. Jason? I stay away below my wings, that's for sure. I agree with that. Luke, when you mean home base, do you mean buying an RV lot? Possibly. What about the Class B? If I buy a Class B, I'm not going to buy a home base because it doesn't make sense. A Class B, if I buy that, it means I'm staying on the road. Because I won't spend over $50,000 on a Class B and then spend another $50,000, $100,000 on a RV lot. That don't make sense. And then I even have an efficient car drive. If I buy an RV lot, I'm going to put a travel trailer on it. That way I still have a regular car and a travel trailer I can get for $10,000 or under. And if I buy a tiny home, I'm not going to buy any RV. I'm just going to get the tiny home and that's it, and just have my car. So I got to look at all options. That's true. 1,000 Trails, man, is starting to fold like a wet paper towel, though. Knight Rider. But this time, our calling time's awakening. Well, people be awake for a minute, but if we go back to normal quick enough, people go right back to sleep. Milano, big city sucks. That's true. Right now, big cities are hurting, man. You want to get the hell out of Dodge. If you're in a big city, you want to go to a place where you got space. That does suck. I agree. Dial for Josh. Good question, Luke. Yeah, it was a good question. Milano, Sammy, I'm in the park. Thank God you're all right. Shout out to you and Emilio. Ain't no Cuban coffee. Well, at least you got a fully self-contained Class B. You can make Cuban coffee and chill. I can't make no Cuban coffee, man. I'm dying out here. I've been drinking gas station coffee, man. Sammy, I've been lucky. Thank God they haven't done anything to you, man. God bless you. NVRV, shout out to Alaska. NVRV lives in Alaska full-time out of her minivan, our Nissan NV200 or whatever. She goes, don't beat yourself up. Everything happens this time in its time. Thank you. You may get a better deal now that a home base is self-contained. Praise the Lord. I hope so. The feds have dropped the interest rates, I pray. NVRV, you're a smart woman. You're a very self-sufficient woman. You're a great woman. And I appreciate you hanging with me. God bless you, NVR. Shout out to Alaska. NVRV, she's a fireman. Check out her channel. Click on her avatar. Subscribe to her channel. Click that thumbs up. She's a good viewer. She doesn't make videos all the time, but she's a smart woman. And she's living in her van in Alaska. So some of you people may want to watch her channel. Mr. Smith. Donald Trump's son-in-law, I heard that. Yeah, got caught. I heard that last. Yeah, Trump, they were trying to bash Trump today, say, your son-in-law said ours. Like, oh, it's our stockpile, not the state's. Guys, who's running the country right now? Trump's son-in-law. Is he a doctor? No. What was he? He was a real estate developer, guys. And he's running like the medical supply thing. Guys, What happens when you elect the wealthiest president ever? Does he hire other people? No, he hires his family members. Guys, when he had the show Apprentice, did he hire other competent people? No. All the people in the boardroom were his family members. You hired the most elite, corporately connected man just because he pandered about American flag. Now you have corporate capitalism at the top of the realm with all his family members. The American people are getting screwed. We're still making masks overseas. And guys, now you're totally screwed because you could have had Hillary Clinton. Now you may get Joe Biden. So guys, hopefully AOC comes in 2014, man. And if you don't like that, you take your scarf, okay, and you walk your ass to the election because it's going to be damn Armageddon this election. You don't like that, okay? All you people that voted for Trump, total disgrace in my opinion. Milano, Sammy, closing down the parks, kind of stupid. It's a total disaster. We're in one of the worst times ever. It's true. Well, not worst times ever. I shouldn't say that. We're in a bad time. Rob, what's up, Sam? Just wondering how you get mail. I have a mailbox. Pluto, stuck in this life forever. I hope not. The more things change, the more they stay the same. Jay-Z has a song about that. Me and my homies plotting so we can get this month today. I remember that, yeah. We're going to blast away, wake up, same problems after. I remember that Jay-Z song. Yep, I remember that. Thank you, Pluto. Josh, laughing. Free Chipotle meal. You'd be lucky, man. What is Chipotle? A corporation. Where do they get their beef? You tell me. Probably from the wet markets in China. Guys, look up where Chipotle gets its beef. That's probably from the wet markets in China. Guys, it's probably more dangerous to eat at Chipotle than it is to use a scarf as a mask. Guys, they outsourced your job a long time ago. Febreze. Kit, yeah, good job. I like that robotic face that you got. I love that avatar, man. Good job. Job for Josh. Luke, what do you sell on eBay? I think he sold t-shirts. Rob, grocery stores near me shutting because of CV? Really? Jordan, off-topic question. Okay. What is your favorite Florida beach in particular? I know you like Southeast. Yeah. Palm Beach County for the win. I think anywhere in Palm Beach County, for the most part, is the win. Fort Lauderdale's nice too. A little crowded. But you can even go up to the Treasure Coast and Vero Beach. There's some nice isolated beach. And if you want to go further up north, Melbourne Beach is really isolated. So it depends what mood I'm in. If I don't want to be around people, I can go anywhere from Melbourne Beach to Vero Beach to wherever. The really nice, once you get that teal color, you got to go Palm Beach County and further south because that's where you get that Caribbean vibe. So it all depends if I want to be around people or not around people. But that's what I would say. Pluto? Yep. You called it. Look. You called it in some cases. But again, corporations sold out America because they operate to maximize profits, not to maximize American health. But I can't blame one thing on this because, look, this is an epidemic that entire world is facing. So I can't say that I blame Trump or I blame China for the epidemic. Now, if there's a conspiracy theory behind it, look, anything's possible. I don't trust anyone either. I used to throw out old lady soup when they used to repay me. And I don't drink nobody's soup. So, I don't know, man. I just try to make the most of it. Skazi, 1228. How will Florida, with mostly service-based industry, make it? That's a great question. Tourism is big. It's huge. Great question. They're going to suffer, man, because that's an excellent question because there's two major ways that Florida gets money. Tourism money and sales tax. So now you have no tourists there and you have no people really buying stuff. So you have limited sales tax. So now you don't have state income tax. Now, there's still good corporations in Florida, but not, healthcare is their biggest industry. So how is Florida going to get money? Healthcare. What's the number one cause of bankruptcy in America? Healthcare. So guys, your medical bills are about to go through the roof because you best believe healthcare going to be the only industry left right now. So, but there's a lot of Floridians, and I feel for all the small businesses. I know a lot of people in Florida that had like small restaurants, or, whatever, worked at a small restaurant as a waiter or something. So they're hurting, and my heart goes out to them. I don't like to see people suffer. Josh, my previous landlord has scammed a lot of tenants by not communicating and lying about infestations and upcharging. Then, when tenants move out, they force them to pay thousands of dollars. Yeah, I don't know. There's always two sides of the story. I've also heard lazy tenants who basically are drunks and cause a problem. They blame their landlord. So sometimes there's a slum landlord, sometimes there's a slum tenant. What I know is there's two sides to every story. Behind every abuser is an enabler, and behind every bad tenant is a bad landlord, and vice versa. Because one is you have to do the research on the place you're going to rent before you rent. And two is if you don't like it, you should be moving before there's an epidemic. And three is if you're a bad landlord, then you shouldn't have tenants. But usually what happens is a bad landlord is wherever there are people who are bad tenants. And they're like two bad relationship people. So where do people go when they have no self-confidence? Into a bad relationship. Where do people go when they have no credit, no job, and they don't work? They go a bad landlord. So the two usually play hand in hand. However, there are exceptions. There's always exceptions. There are good, honest people that get screwed. However, guys, as soon as you're getting a dildo in your ass, what do? You leave, unless you like that. I don't like that. So what I can tell you is, guys, if you don't like where you live, get the hell out of Dodge. Too late right now. Josh, I'm not giving them a dime. I'm going to let them send my amount to collections. Then I will offer them a settlement. Oh, that sounds like you're doing a Donald Trump version. I ain't mad at you. Not my style, though. Pluto laughing. AI Gaming, Sam, prices will continue to drop if you wait for an RV. Maybe. Thank you, AI Gaming. Shout out to you. Shout out to Canada. It's possible. I hope so. We'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens. Thank you, though, AI Gaming. Pluto. Captain Lyson, doing the best I can, brother. Fabriza. Yeah, laughing good. Polarized. I don't know how to say this name properly, but Carrie Molasses, who won the Nobel Peace Prize in Science for investing, the PCR said the test can detect genetic sequences of viruses, but not viruses themselves. That's interesting. I'm not versed enough in that, but obviously you're basically saying the test itself is not 100%, right? But nothing's 100% in life, right? So, there's specialized testing and there's genetic testing. So usually when it comes to testing, it's a screening process, right? Like if you get a pregnancy test from the corner store and you pee on a stick, all right, I may be pregnant. But then you go to a gynecologist and you get an official test, right? So tests are meant to screen. So this one test may not detect a sequence of genetics, but it may do a blanket check of like certain viruses. So it'll flag you to go to the hospital to get the next level of test. That's usually how testing works. Because there's no exact science to life. Science is the collecting of data and forming a decision. However, guys, if you could just collect data and form a decision, you'd always be right. That's why there's theses, and that's why there's the Big Bang Theory. But the Big Bang Theory is not a fact, it's a theory. Fabrizio, 499 super chat. Damn it, my stimulus check coming early. I've learned a lot from you today. Inspired 100%. Well, damn it, brother. Or robot. I appreciate that. And what I can tell you guys, I'm doing the best thing I can to stimulate your mind and stimulate the economy. Damn it, brother, I appreciate that. Shout out to all my robots out there. I tell you right now, if you gave me the choice between marrying a robot or marrying Jennifer Lopez, I'd marry a robot in a minute. Why? Because Jennifer Lopez has been divorced 3 times, and I think it's about to be 4 after Alex Rodriguez. So I tell you right now, you ain't got to pay no alimony to no robot. You ain't got to do nothing. All you got to do is change the oil. Okay, and what I can tell you is I should have bought a home base and I should have married a robot. I'd be better off. Praise the Lord. Thank you, brother. Hallelujah. Let's continue. Rob, Deer Park, that's good water. I remember that commercial. Mr. Smith, how is your friend Fred doing? I hope he's doing well with his kids and all. Fred's a great guy. I haven't talked to him about a year or so. Ace guy, hard worker. Last time I spoke to him, he was doing well. He was taking care of his family. And he was taking care of his children, taking care of his mother. He's a good man. Yeah, I know Fred well. I work with Fred. I did a video with him early on in my journey when I still lived in New Jersey. He's an excellent, hardworking, stand-up guy. He's doing good. Last time I spoke to him. Herman, a tiny home sounds real nice if it's in the area you want to live and if it doesn't get blown away by a hurricane if you live in Florida. The bad part about a tiny home, Herman, and the reason I didn't buy it was because the property insurance was almost $4,000, well, it's $5,000 per year. Flood and property insurance was $5,000 a year just for the insurance on a tiny home in Florida with hurricanes. So even though the property taxes were only a couple thousand, insurance was $5,000, and that's only going to go up. And that's why I said I'd rather buy an RV lot. But then I didn't buy the RV lot in time. So that's the negative with a tiny home. Once you get anchored into a foundation, they tax the shit out of you, man. And that's what I hate about a tiny home. What I like about an RV lot is they can't really tax it because there ain't nothing on it. It's just your RV, which is not considered like a land improvement. But I actually called. I almost made an offer on an RV lot. But I called a week too late, and the guy sold it. But that's the reason I didn't go with the tiny home, because the insurance, the property and flood insurance in Hurricane City in Florida, total disaster. Good comment though. Down for Josh. Damn, take his wife. Well, guys, I'll take a robot any day. Darius, what's up, man? Hey, Sammy. Hope you're holding it on, bro. I'm doing the best I can. I mean, shout out to the UK, shout out to Spain, shout out to Italy, shout out to Canada. Damn it, show some respect. He goes, I'm in the UK, just doing my night shift in the hospital. Respect to all our hospital workers out there, man. I hope all that going finish soon. I hope for that, you too. I miss going to the gym. Me too. I'm going to do a video about top 3 things I miss about regular society. Stay positive, and thanks, everyone. Guys, show some love and respect. Prayer emoji right now. And a scarf/mask emoji for our brother Darius, who's working in the UK in the hospital field. We love you, brother, and we appreciate your service. For Breezy, laughing good. Breezy, almost too high. Oh, alimony too high. Yeah. Remember the guy who said the rent's too damn high? His landlord was subsidizing him. The landlord said he didn't have to pay rent, and that all he had to do was work around the complex. And eventually someone found that out, and they said, why'd you say the rent was too high when you weren't even paying rent? He goes, well, I was just trying to make a point. He was a scam artist too. The guy that said the rent's too damn high in New York, anyone who grew up in the area, they know that politician. He was a scam artist, guys. Yeah, Fabrizi said, I'm on fire tonight. Thank you. Fitting 1999. Heard Florida's on lockdown. That's true. Florida's on lockdown. This whole damn country, whole damn world's on lockdown. New world order. Down for Josh. Coach, you're a nomad. He's a full-time nomad. He got a channel, man. I like to check out your channel. You got a channel. And sometimes Coach likes to with other YouTubers. They come on my channel and try to troll me sometimes. And guys, because there's a whole nomad community out there, man. They fight amongst themselves. I don't get involved in that shit. And they get mad at me because I blocked them. I'm telling you right now, guys, okay? I don't get down with that shit. I just do me. I masturbate in the socks. Now, sometimes I get at Bob Wells. I talk about Nomadic Fanatic. But Bob Wells should be getting up there like the president and tell people, get your ass off the road. But he won't do that because he'll fuck up his business. And what I can tell you is this, though. As long as you're positive, that's fine. But if I go on people's channel, and that's I got mad a little bit at Coach one time, I ain't gonna lie. Because I said, Coach, why are you going into drama? Now, Coach, he plays the game too. Because he'll go back and forth with them, and then he's friends with them. I don't do that. Like, no, we ain't cool. So, but I let it slide because, like, Coach is doing him, so I don't got a right to tell him how to act. But they fight amongst themselves. Like, guys, sometimes, like, you think, like, people fight them. I don't get involved in other people's shit, man. But for them, it's a whole gimmick. Like, that's what they love to do. They fight amongst themselves. I don't do it. Vast. Hey, Sam. A nurse told me today viruses cannot be spread. The body already has them in body. Acts up when body's toxin needs eliminated. Well, I don't know. I don't know if that's fact or not, but I appreciate your comment. I don't know about that one. I don't know about that one. I don't know if I agree with that, but I thank you for your comment. Well, because believe me, I dated a couple nurses, man. And what I can tell you is this, don't take everything they say as gospel. All right, because I dated a couple nurses, man. All right? So everything they say ain't gospel. I'll tell you that much right now, all right? Love and respect. Rob. I worry about the rap population growing now and restaurants close. Well, that's a fair comment. Fabrizi, habits have changed forever. Very true. You're damn right. Good job. Thank you again. Josh, Nomad, the mayor of New York got caught hoarding tons of medical equipment, masks, not sending them to hospitals, then got flustered when he got called out. This country is so stupid. Look, I think we've been ignorant for a while. So I think they're all crooked. Not all of them. I don't know all the information about that, but hey, if he is, I'm glad it got exposed because I want the people to be taken care of, period. Chris, after years of warning her, my mom seems to have snapped out of it, but letting this fear porn from MSM get to her. Well, you can watch it Fox too, because who called a national emergency? Her favorite president, Donald Trump, who said that the Chinese virus would be gone by April, okay? The heat would take care of it. Her favorite president, who basically rebuked Obamacare, and now if you get laid off, you don't have health care. Your favorite president, Trump, who said they were going to bring manufacturing back to America. Trump, did we bring manufacturing back to America? No. Are we making masks in America? No. Are we making ventilators in America? No. Only now because we're in a national emergency. So Trump, Fox, and the rest of the fucking scumbags can take it up their ass too, in my opinion. Good job, Jason. Savant, $5 super chat. Good to see you better. Had me worried. Well, brother, I appreciate that because the Lord resurrected me. Just like Trump said, in Easter, I want to see the churches packed. And what I could tell you is this, that's against the law right now if you pack the churches. But in this live chat, okay, you pack this live chat up every night I go live between 7 p.m. and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And what I can tell you is this, I thank you for that stimulus check because the people still waiting for their check. Okay, the rent's too damn high and crazy shit's happening. And I'll tell you, it's a disaster. Damn it, Savant. Keep delivering those food supplies. Shout out to all my truckers out there. The truck stop is the only safe haven that the nomad can still take a shower. Okay? Other than that, we're dirty as hell right now, man. Hydration break. Damn it, brother. Thank you. I'm on fire tonight. Jason, news porn. Yeah, I watched some porn last night. Pluto. Bro, Florida miss you. I miss Florida all my damn heart. Shout out to Vanomatic Tallahassee's in the house. Jordan, woo. Jordan, are you still working with the coronavirus closing all these jobs? Yes, thank God for that. Sent messages above my mistake. I still am. I thank God for that. But if God forbid I get laid off, obviously I'm stripping on YouTube and I'll be door dashing tomorrow. Why? Because, guys, I ain't waiting for the government to send me no check. Shit. When they tell you the check's in the mail, that means it's a disaster out there. Tim, another topic, another off-topic question. Okay. How many miles do you have on your Renegade? About 150,000. How is it holding up? Overall good, and I'm very thankful for it. But that scares me too, man. It's not an older vehicle. It's 4 years old. That's not old. The average life expectancy of a car is about 10 years, 11 years before major problems. But I do have above average mileage on it, 150,000 in 4 years. And but overall, still good. I mean, it's got a couple issues here and there, but nothing major. So I would say overall, I'm very, very thankful for it. I like my Jeep Renegade. I would consider buying a travel trailer, a very small one, just towing it. So overall, I've been very happy with my Jeep Renegade. That's true. Good question. Backwoods! Damn it, shout out to Northwest. Sammy, best wishes to you also, brother. Hit that thumbs up. Damn it, Backwoods. Shout out to Northwest. Shout out to anyone doing fishing for a living. Shout out to you, Dylan. God bless you, brother. Fabrizi, yeah. Thank you, brother. You're inspired, and I love that robot avatar. Mr. Smith, I'm starting to feel fatigued. Damn, oh, damn, oh. Mr. Smith, if you get shortness of breath and a fever, take your ass to the hospital. Because I had a cough, and I still got a little bit of congestion. But if you get a fever and shortness of breath, that's when you got to get a little bit nervous. Pray for all the people suffering. Pray for them. And all the people taking care of them. Josh, I'm not a shady person. And I've never done anything like this. All tenants, even the great ones, moved out. One girl moved out 2 weeks ago, and after they didn't tell her about the infestation happened. Well, look, yeah, I'm not here to judge it, okay? So I also don't want to pander to people. I'm just sharing my opinion, but I'm not casting judgment on you, and I want the best for you. You do what you need to do for you, Josh. You know, like I say, guys, this channel, I share my opinions. I mean, I'm boisterous sometimes. I'm passionately sharing, but I'm not casting judgment. You know, look, you do what you need to do for you. You know your life better than you, man. Now they're forcing us to pay $10,000. But I'm just saying this. I'm not Judge Judy. So I can't take your side when I haven't heard the opposite side. So, but I appreciate you sharing to let us know what's going on out there in the real world, in your world. But I'm not Judge Judy. There was some people try to drag me into drama a few times on this channel. And I just say, whoa, 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 whoa. I ain't Judge Judy. But I do love you, and I do appreciate you sharing, brother. Ms. Smith, is Fred Ethiopian? Nah, I think he's from Ghana, South America. Milano, Sammy, you're right. RV lot. Yeah, I think so, Milano. Gina, shout out to Israel. Sam, how are you, brother? I'm holding up the best I can. How are you, man? Why won't you try street workout? Better than nothing. Well, I walk every day. So am I going to grab weights and go into the public park? Maybe. But you know, I got to do bench pressing. I got to do curls. And I got no room to keep that shit in my car. If I had an RV, I would have curls at least and dumbbells. So I may eventually do that. If these gyms stay closed, guys, I'm losing all my sexy. I know I look like shit. I'm pale. I got no muscle tone. All the gay guys don't even watch me anymore. A lot of gay guys follow me just because they think I'm going to get with them. Now, I ain't going to get with them. But shit, I'm a stripper. So I gotta strip for the gay guys, the transgenders, the ugly chicks. Okay? So guys, when my muscle tone goes down, my tan, all the gay guys that act like they ain't gay, they don't leave comments anymore, okay? When I'm looking hot, all of a sudden they go, oh, I haven't visited you in a while, but now I just want to say hi. I said, you're right. I know when you try to hit on me. And then they say, oh, I'm not gay, I'm not gay. And then I say something, and, yeah, they get. Yeah, guys, I don't care. I stand for equal rights. I voted for Hillary Clinton, okay? You know who voted for Donald Trump? You know who voted for Donald Trump? Caitlyn Jenner. Okay, Caitlyn Jenner. Okay, not me. Okay, Caitlyn Jenner voted for Trump. I didn't. Okay, so if you got some hate, you bring that shit to Caitlyn Jenner. Okay, but in here, I'm stripping for the masses. Okay, I'm trying to get universal health care for the masses. Okay, I'm trying to bring manufacturing back for the masses. Okay, I don't care if you want to wear a mask, a wig, okay, a dildo on your forehead. I don't give a shit. Okay, what I could tell you is this: I'm going to make this country great again. Let's take hydration. Dolphin Josh, no man, I totally agree with you though. There are always two sides. Yes, good job to every story. Good job, brother. Excellent. Mr. Smith, a bunch of Amazon workers have contracted the coronavirus. Everyone working right now deserves a lot of credit, man. They're at risk. Infinity 1999. The governor admitted yesterday in the live press conference that he was tracking us with our cell phones. That's an excellent comment. I seen that. I've seen some graphs. Guys, Google is using your mobile data. They're not saying who you are, but they're using your mobile data to track you. But we already know that's true. We know the implanted chip is your voluntary chip that you carry around as your cell phone. But are you going to give that up? No. Am I going to give that up? Hell no. My phone is my Pornhub. It's my YouTube. It's my text message buddy. I ain't giving my phone up. So let them track me, guys. Because what I can tell you, the world's over anyway. So eat some coconut shrimp tonight. Have that strawberry ice cream with chocolate sprinkles and shoot your load to the ceiling. Because, guys, we might as well enjoy life before it all collapses. Gina, I miss those bright colors. I know I'm in Dookie brown jersey, man. I know. Savant, thank you, brother. It's great to see you too, Savant. Damn it, keep delivering all that stuff. Thank you, man. Venomac, Tallahassee in the house. Damn it. Venomac, DoorDash for cash. You damn right. Strip for cash, DoorDash for cash. Whatever you got to do. Why? Because in America, our national anthem is cream. Cash rules everything around me. Cream, get the money. Dollar, dollar bill, y'all. Wu-Tang Clan. Never forget it. Herman. Shout out to the truckers. I agree. Savat. Never rely on the government. Well, hey, Savat, the world's controlled by the governments. That's true, but I agree with you. Gina, I'm glad to see you feel better. Very thankful for that. Gino, what's up, man? Did you watch the other YouTubers and report on them all day, every day? No, I don't know who they are. And that self-contained? No, I don't report on any other YouTubes. I don't know if you watched any of my 3,000 videos. They're not about reporting on other YouTubers. They're about talking about my own life. Dolphin Josh, I love you, man. True no man respect, I understand. Being neutral when issues occur is smart and fair. Good job, brother. Dolphin Josh, I'm excited. My 50-pound dumbbells arrived in the mail 5 days. Damn it, Josh, make it work. Good job. From Florida, love you, brother. Love back to you. Jim, when they'll open the gyms, I'll be out of shape. It's going to take another. Guys, if they open the gyms in a couple months, it's going to take a couple months to get back to pre-virus level. So, guys, we basically ain't going to get back in shape until next winter. Thank God Florida's in the summer, because I'll tell you what, I ain't going to be in Jersey. Guys, I don't care if this virus, God forbid, if it kills everyone and I'm the only person alive, I'm getting back down to Florida. I'll tell you that right now, Josh. No, man, thoughts on Alex Jones? Some things he says have a level of truth, and I think he should still be allowed to be on YouTube. I think it was a disgrace. However, he knows he sensationalized certain things, and he goes a little bit too far. However, I still think he should have the right of freedom of speech, and he should still be on YouTube. So I do look like I downloaded his app. I listen to him once in a while. Like, I wish now he was still on YouTube. But I understand that sometimes he does go too far. Damn it, Cameron. Good to see you, brother. Shout out to Kansas. One of the only states that still have state parks open, I think. Night Falls Vlogs. What's up, man? This is actually annoying. I watched our governor keep saying stay in your house yesterday. This whole thing's a disaster. I agree. Good to see you. From Florida, you feel better. Yes. Congrats, stay. I'm very thankful to the Lord for feeling better. It's horrible when you feel bad. I agree. Thank you from Florida. Jaybird, cheesecake, shrimp. Yes. Splash off emoji. Damn it, Jaybird. Way to come in hot with those emojis. He's right. Sam, when's the checks coming, bro? Yeah, I know. They said they're coming in 2 weeks, man. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Hang in there, Easy Rider. Cameron, I love you, brother. God bless your heart, man. Never forget, guys. Cameron called this, man. I remember I was down in Boca Raton in February, and I was sitting there eating my coconut shrimp, banging all the Latino meals you could think about. Spring break. I was doing shit crazy out there, man, okay? Everyone was feeling me. Okay. I had my tan. I was in shape. Shit was popping, man. And Cameron came on my live feed one night. I was sitting there living a dream, okay? Cameron said, Sam, what about the coronavirus? I said, what you talking about, Cameron? I said, I'm over here in Florida. Ain't no virus over here, man. Shit was popping. I said, nah, Cameron, you're wilding. Come to find out, a month later, Cameron was 100% right. And my ass had to leave spring break to come back up to Dirty Jersey, guys. And they don't call it Dirty Jersey they call it Dirty Jersey for a reason, man. Okay. And what I can tell you is you got to pray for me. Okay. You got to pray. I should have listened to Cameron when he gave the warning. But I was wrong. I'll admit it. I mocked Cameron. I said, Cameron, I think you're taking it too far, brother. I got to apologize to you, Cameron. I was wrong. And damn it, I'm sorry. And I will never underestimate what he shared with me, brother. God bless you. Let's continue. Dalvin Josh. Yeah, he goes, I feel easy on the checks. I agree, Tim. This whole online shift in churches has been crazy. Put them all on church. Let them go bankrupt. I'm on a creative media team for my church. Well, not you. And we are way busier than ever. Make that money, man. You best believe I work for a church. I have my own nonprofit. And you best believe they pulling in some money. Chris, AJ was a gatekeeper. Was he? Well, AK Jack. Hey, no, man. If I was a cop, remember RoboCop? You would arrest Trump, National Guard style? I hired National Guard, licensed the government, national-wide, YouTube Live. Hey, I would watch that. Cameron, you think we're getting a check next month, too? I think if this lasts into June, they're going to have to cut another check, definitely. So I think right now they're only going to give one check. I think if we're still locked down into June, they're going to cut another check. I do think that. I could be wrong. Showgirls. Everyone will get corona. I've heard a scientist and a doctor say that 80% of Americans will get it. Only 20% will be hospitalized, and only 1 to 5% will die from it. But many will die. It's a shame. I agree. I don't want to see anyone suffer, including Trump. I don't want to see anyone suffer. They didn't do the lockdown sooner. We should have listened to Cameron. Great to see you, show girls. I thumbs up your video. Shout out to you and your daughter. Panomatic is popping tonight. I'm hot and sweaty. Tomasco. Cameron speaking that truth. That brother prophesied this. Rob, at least you got your plays on before the corona came. I agree with that. Showgirls. Jersey has the second most deaths. Damn it. In the USA. Wish you didn't go there. Well, now I feel you. But, New Jersey, Florida unemployment, you can't even, they got a broken unemployment system. The old governor who scammed Medicare, Governor Scott or whatever, he left a broken system. And I think Florida's going to have a lot of cases. They just haven't mass tested yet. However, in your area, in Dustin, Florida, in the West Coast Panhandle, I think you're right. But there may be some people that, well, I don't know if they're going to migrate over from New Orleans right now is a disaster. However, do I regret coming to New Jersey? Sometimes I say I do. But if God forbid something happens, I do want to kind of at least know I'm close to my mom. And if this lasts into the summer, I wouldn't want to be in Florida without an RV because it's going to be hot as hell. So I do regret, though, not getting a home base. That's true. Because then I would still be in Florida. I would just tell my mom, look, just come down here, forget it. They're talking about 4 checks. If this lasts long enough, they'll cut the 4 checks. Cameron, people can't be locked down this long. It's going to get crazy, Cameron. You're right, man. Showgirls. The only problem is how many will die before first. Damn it, showgirls, you smart. There's tons of work in Florida. I love Florida, guys. I would be down there if my mom wasn't alive. I'd be down in Florida. Definitely, no doubt about it. Mr. Smith, if the world's going to end, what's the point of me going on a diet? Because the world may not end. And then your fat ass got to get to work when you ain't get no check. So you better get in shape. Keep that shit tight, man. Josh, I love you, man. Nomad, hypothetically, if your perfect dream girl were to enter your life, a robot, and give you unconditional love, a robot, would you consider it? If she was a robot, I'll tell you right now, I would not have robot kids, though, because I don't want to change her oil and the robot kids. Now, a human girl, no way. I already told you guys I blocked the guy for getting upset with me. I wouldn't marry Jennifer Lopez, Beyonce, or any other hot celebrity that wanted to marry me. Why? Because I don't want marriage. Okay, I'll take their money, but I don't want to have kids. I don't want to be laid next to someone. I don't want to deal with their emotional burdens. And I don't want someone to ask me how my day was, okay? What I want to do is go live every night on YouTube, masturbate in a sock, and I want to get down to Florida. And I want to retire early. That includes all my life plans, none excluded. Good job. So, girls, people that are heavy. I once used to be obese. I was 350 pounds. I could barely reach around my wide ass to wipe my butt, and I could barely tie my shoe. I'm speaking from experience. Who are heavy are subject to die. Stay in shape. I agree. Now, enjoy a little bit of treats, but stay in shape. Cameron said estimated 250,000 people will die. I've heard something like that. Showgirls, right, Jay Bird, Mr. Smith. When it comes to kids for me, it's not about how perfect a woman, but about how imperfect this world is. Well, I agree with that. We are literally hanging on a tightrope. That's a positive, great comment to end this live chat. I agree with that, Mr. Smith. Josh, respect no man, respect you also. I love my freedom, as well as I don't like checking in with a woman. Well, hey, brother, and shout out to all my women out there who don't want no man. Like all my nurses out there, if you were a woman, you wouldn't want to come home and take care of no man. You won't hear his shit. Look at the Bella twins. Like, they got pregnant. Now they don't want either one of their husbands. So women are the same way. Guys, we're independent creatures, whether if you're a woman, man, or robot. We need to be by ourselves. I don't care if J-Lo could cook. I love rice and beans. I used to date a couple Spanish chicks. They cook up rice and beans like you wouldn't believe. But I tell you this right now. I love home of the Spanish MILF, South Florida. But I would never marry anyone. Tomasco. The first part of Cherry 2000 deals with a hot robot wife that breaks down. That sounds my style. Now free to watch YouTube. I like that. Good job. Luciano, shout out to Arizona. Push-ups, grateful. Yeah, you're in Arizona. You got the sun. Relaxing. Good music is key for mental health in these times. Good job. Good job, Tomasco. Chris, military ran drills for Megadeth situation for years back in NYNJ. Well, look, I remember even for working for a corporation a few years ago, we actually did a drill for a pandemic. So, look, they do run drills like this from time to time. Josh. Nikki Bella is pregnant. Yeah, now she don't want, Artie to move in with him. It's a disaster. They're not going to be married in 10 years. Just like I don't think Kim Kardashian will be married in 10 years. You see her smack the shit out of Courtney? Showgirls. Yeah, Nikki Bella's pregnant. Showgirls. Well, the name tells it all, DJ for Josh. This is not a married guy. Oh, yeah, this ain't a married guy. Yeah, that's true. Showgirls, too, you ain't married. Showgirls knows, too. Like, I speak for my women, too. I know damn well Showgirls don't want no man bothering her or her daughter, okay? Showgirls is an independent, strong woman, and she don't want to take no man's shit. And I say, amen, says the choir. Josh, Showgirls, no disrespect. I love, respect women. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, Showgirl's an independent woman. She don't want no man. So I speak for the man and women. So if I say women don't need no man, then I say men don't need no women. I think we can both be independent and respect one another. And Josh says, no, you didn't. It's all good. Yeah, Showgirl's the real deal. Betty Boop. True that, thank you. Showgirl says, I am not married. I knew it. Yeah, you too happy to be married. I will marry a Cadillac next one. Hey, I agree with that. And hopefully we get some of these checks coming, and it's going to happen. All right, guys. It's over tonight. We did a good job tonight. I feel good about tonight. I'm very thankful. The stimulus money, the check's in the mail. Okay. I appreciate all who gave me this early stimulus package. My brother, Mr. Smith, my man, Pluto. Okay. My man, Savat. Febreze, the robot. I love that robot, man. And Mr. Smith a couple times on that, man. Thank you, brother. And what I can tell you is this. Love, peace, and blessings to you. Have an awesome night. Do the best you can. And I'll see you tomorrow, God willing.